From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Monday, September 9th. It is a chilly start out there in the 40s, but don't worry, warm weather is headed back. We're going to get near 80 degrees today, but by Tuesday, we could reach the 90s.
This season, Instacart has your back to school. As in, they've got your back to school lunch favorites, like snack packs and fresh fruit. And they've got your back to school supplies, like backpacks, binders, and pencils. And they've got your back when your kid casually tells you they have a huge school project due tomorrow. Let's face it, we were all that kid. So first call your parents to say I'm sorry, and then download the Instacart app to get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes all school year long. Get a $0 delivery fee for your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. But there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
The Indianapolis Colts have entered a second decade of first-game frustration. Another opening day loss to the Texans has them 0-1 again. There were thrilling moments, including 2 touchdown passes of more than 50 yards, but the Colts were on the wrong side of a 29-27 final. Andrew Chernoff talked to the team about what went right and what went very wrong.
The opening week curse continues. For the 11th straight season, the Indianapolis Colts failed to win its Week 1 matchup. On Sunday, it was the Houston Texans that came into this building and dominated the Colts on the ground, finishing with over 200 rushing yards. That translated to dominating time of possession. And after the game, you could feel the frustration from the Colts.
Courage with the effort, but we got to, coaches, players, we got to make the plays in the critical moments. When you watch the game, standing there on the sidelines, players, everything, we got to make the plays when it matters. So we got to get that thing cleaned up.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a disappointment. Of course we want to win. We didn't get the outcome, but we can't, throw away the fact that there was some good out there. But we're gonna go to the drawing board. We're gonna look at every single thing we did. We got to get the defense, some time to rest up because we were out there maybe 45 plays, and that's not enough for us.
I think we did a good job at least keeping the explosive plays down and putting ourselves in position to win. I think we had opportunities to make plays. We just got to make them opportunities. So that just is what it is.
We let them run the ball obviously carefree today, and this is definitely a sour taste in our mouth, and we're going to watch the film coming in on Monday and get everything cleaned up.
A lot of the times in this league, it's going to come down kind of to the end of the game. You don't want it to be like that. You would love to have a nice comfortable lead going into the end of the game, but just being able, like you said, to come back, fight back, put points on the board, that's what this game is all about, being able to respond to adversity. So we're going to have to continue to do that all year.
No question the rushing defense will be a big focus for the Colts this week at practice as they get ready to take on a Packers team who will be missing their starting quarterback in Jordan Love, putting a lot of emphasis on their rushing attack. Inside Lucas Oil Stadium, Andrew Chernoff, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Even with the loss, the Colts game was a dream come true for a man living in an end-of-life care facility. The nonprofit Morning Life grants wishes to hospice patients. News 8's Brittany Noble joins us with the story of Sunday's wish and a man who's wanted this for quite a while.
That's right. He says he's loved the Colts since he was a little boy. Watching his favorite athletes play in person is a memory that the veteran will never forget. Calvin Simmons is a resident at Abby Hunt Bryce Home. It's a free home for terminally ill people of low income in Indianapolis. They have a Making Memories campaign to help people like Simmons.
Then when I moved here, I was like, well, if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to again somehow, one way or another. Sometimes when you are in your own hour of need, that there's someone there that'll be willing to stretch their hand out to help you.
We all have wishes, we all have things that we want to do before we die, and it's nice to have the opportunity to make that magic happen. And so Morning Light really relies on the support of the community and its donors in order to make those memories happen and grant kind of that final wish for folks before they leave to the next life.
The campaign is run by nonprofit Morning Light and is funded by donors making a final wish reality for hospice patients. You can also help make a dream come true by becoming a sponsor or volunteer. Just check our website for more details. I'm Brittany Noble for Wish TV. WishTV.com or follow us on Facebook for updates.
As for the Indiana Fever, another day means another record for Caitlin Clark and a huge game for Aaliyah Boston as the Fever rally from a 16-point deficit to beat Atlanta in overtime. Clark recorded her 14th double-double of the season. That's a franchise record. The biggest assist may have been the one to Boston late in the last minute to tie it up and send it into OT. Boston had a career high of 30 plus 13 rebounds and 5 assists. Clark also became the first WNBA player to reach 650 points, 300 assists, and 200 rebounds in the same season. Fever hosts the Las Vegas Aces Wednesday evening at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Fever's stretch, run, and the Colts' new season are great reasons to get our free sports app. You can just go to your app store right now and download it. It is free. It'll go throughout any season. It's a good companion to have at home or at the games. You can also watch our post-game shows live on the app. Again, the All Indiana Sports app is free. Get ready to watch your speed on 465. Variable speed limits start as soon as tomorrow on the southeast side. NDOT says that means the speed limits will be adjusted in 5-mile-per-hour increments based on traffic conditions. The move is to make the loop safer.
This is to aid with the speeding that we're seeing in this area. The signs will adjust to the things that it's seeing ahead. So if there is a crash ahead, if there is a work zone, if there's inclement weather, this is to slow down the motoring public for when they get to that area. They're not going to a speeding then stop.
NDOT says police will enforce whatever the posted speed limit is. New information and breaking news on the city's far east side. Firefighters now say a man is in the hospital after a house fire. Just after 5 this morning, crews were called to the home on Aspen Court near 42nd Street and Franklin Road. IFD says the man was inside the house. He's now at Eskenazi Hospital for evaluation, but there's no word yet on the extent of his injuries. Crews on the scene tell us the home is a total loss, and they're still working to find out what caused the fire. We're working to find out more about a shooting that left a man dead on the northeast side. It happened at around 3 yesterday morning in a neighborhood on North Sherman Drive near East 30th Street. That's just south of IFD Station 10. IMPD says the victim died at the scene. His name has not been released. A violent crash in the northeast side of Indianapolis has left a woman dead and 3 other people hurt. Happened Sunday morning on Kessler, just east of Sidner Academy and the Glendale shopping area. A car and van collided head-on. Police say a woman at the wheel of the car died. 3 people in the van ended up in the hospital. IMPD indicates their injuries are relatively minor. State leaders say calls to Indiana's crisis hotline have doubled since the program launched 2 years ago. September is Suicide Prevention Month and emphasizes the importance of the 988 crisis hotline. The director of the program says in July they received 7,700 calls. That's up almost 4,000 calls from 2022, and they're averaging similar numbers each month.
This is important because, one, it shows that more people in our state are aware of 988 and are utilizing it as a resource, and that we're able to get people in our state, individuals in crisis, the support that they need.
Program leaders say about 90% of their calls are now answered by people in Indiana. The response team can also now dispatch crisis teams to more than 2/3 of the state through 19 providers. The 988 crisis hotline is free and available 24/7 for anyone that needs help. Now to your business headlines. Here's Jane King with big news for iPhone fans.
So Apple should unveil the next-gen iPhone, as well as a new watch and AirPods today. So this year's update expected to heavily feature AI, and this may include summarizing long text message threads or prioritizing and summarizing emails in a much-needed upgrade for the Siri voice assistant. Well, Zillow's AI-powered search experience is getting an upgrade. Now buyers and renters can search for their next home using simple, everyday language like commute time or affordability, schools, and nearby points of interest. interest through natural language search, or AI. Zillow will analyze their millions of listings and try to deliver the most relevant homes to somebody's preferences. Well, Stellantis is recalling about 1.5 million Ram pickup trucks due to a software issue that can disable the vehicle's electronic stability control. The recall impacts trucks from the 2019, 21, 22, 23, and 24 model years. Most of these vehicles are in North America. The owners of the affected Ram trucks will be notified via mail starting October 3rd. And gas prices are falling fast, with more expected to come. Gas prices fell to a fresh 6-month low of $3.31 a gallon, down 50 cents from last year, according to AAA. And 10 states, in fact, are paying less than $3 on average. The average right now in Indiana is $3.25 a gallon. Stocks had their worst week of the year last week. There were no clear winners from the jobs report, and investors continue to be worried about the economy. Bounce back in store this morning, though. The Dow's pointing up 250 points. Live in the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
A local skate park is getting a badly needed facelift. Skaters tell us they're making it happen after a disturbing incident over the summer. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez went to the Lawrence Community Skate Park this morning and shows us the new look.
A couple dozen local graffiti artists came together on Sunday right here at the Lawrence Community Skate Park and painted a few of these murals. The city provided the paint. They also provided the paint and primer for the concrete to replace the old graffiti. A couple of the skaters I spoke to say the effort is already paying off.
The Lawrence Community Skate Park is a short 5-minute drive away from Will Stowe. He picked up skating just over 3 years ago.
Everybody's here, just kicking it, skating, and that's really why I still skate. I feel like it's always room to improve, and just the camaraderie is super beast.
The park opened back in 2008, but time has not been too kind to the place Stowe considers a second home.
We had it here, people see it all the time, but it was never like the go-to park. People were just tagging the park with pretty whack stuff.
While graffiti is common at most parks across the country, local skaters say years of vandalism led the city to bail, neglecting to maintain it. They reached a breaking point in July when a racial slur was spray painted on the bowl. In comes Casper Jones, an indie skater and an ambassador for Skate Park Respect, an international nonprofit that works to clean up parks just like the one in Lawrence.
Skate parks feel like home, so cleaning up parks and this sort of thing just feels like, I don't know, just feels good to do that.
He and indie muralist Robert Bentley approached the city to see how to help. Lawrence Parks Department would get the paint, and local skaters would give their time. Fellow Ambassador Michelle Rippey says their work has already made a gnarly impact.
The more I come and clean this park, the more I realize that there's less and less trash to pick up, so it's had a really awesome ripple effect.
The group hopes they can also change the attitude surrounding not just skating, but graffiti too.
Everyone coming together and working with the city is establishing that these artists are artists and the things that they're putting up are art.
The efforts are restoring a sense of pride in Stowe for his local park.
So just to have my local kind of shine, you know, everybody coming here, chipping in, you know, just being super stoked on the project, man, it means a lot.
Jones says because of this new energy into the park, the city is already thinking about expanding, although there haven't been any plans formalized quite yet. Reporting in Lawrence, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Achieving a gorgeous grin from home isn't a total mystery with Bite Clear aligners. Just don't be surprised if all of your sleuthing friends start asking, "What's your secret?" Begin by ordering your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95. Bite Clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer flexible financing, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
What makes a life a good one? Is it the adventure you have? Or the friends you find along the way? Maybe it's pursuing your passion while striving to protect, defend, and save what you believe in every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? In the Coast Guard, we think it's all of the above and more, but you'll have to find out for yourself. Visit gocoastguard.com to learn more.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.